Hello everyone, welcome to our channel Public Cloud Design Tips and Tricks. In this channel, we generally discuss about public cloud design problem statement and their related solution. Today, we are going to discuss about Google API Gateway. So the problem statement, how to realize centralized API management for multiple APIs across your enterprise. The solution which has been provided by Microsoft Azure is Azure API Management. AWS has provided AWS API Gateway. Google Cloud has GCP Cloud Endpoints and GCP API Gateway. We are going to discuss on GCP API Gateway. So what is a GCP API Gateway? It enables you to provide secure access to your services through a well-defined REST APIs that is consistent across all your services regardless of service implementation. So irrespective of your service implementation, you can define a REST API in your API gateway and it can be consumed by your multiple consumer or your customer irrespective of your backend implementation. It makes it easy for app developers to consume your services, enables you to change the backend service implementation without affecting the public APIs, and it also enables you to take advantages of scaling, monitoring and security features built into the Google Cloud platform. If you want to understand what is the definition of API, then I would recommend please go through the previous video that we have explained what is an API and what exactly API stands for. Now let's try to understand the GCP API Gateway Architecture. As you can see here, we have an API provider, we have API client, we are using Cloud SDK and API Gateway, and these are all backend services. So what is the API provider? API provider is being used here to to deploy your API in your API Gateway by the help of Cloud SDKs. An API client is nothing but a consumer who consumes your APIs which has been provided by your backend services or API provider. So you have a client and you have a provider, and client consumes the APIs which has been developed by your provider. This is the basic fundamental architecture of GCP API Gateway. When you are defining your API, then in that case you have to define a verb, the request verb. When we say verb, that means it's get, put, post, delete, this type of verbs that you can use. Any authentication requirements that you have to define, you have to use OAuth, you have to use JWT or client credential flow, whatever you wanted to use, you have to define that. The format of any data sent to or received from your API also needs to be defined. That means you are defining the structure of the API which needs to be consumed by your consumer. Now let's try to understand what are all different benefits of GCP API Gateway. The first benefit is the authentication. So it authenticates the services via some certain built-in tools. Secure, when you are talking about security, that means it secures your data transport between your client and the services. It protects the service from malicious attacks. You can integrate WAF and all. Scale the service as users increase and decrease it. That means based on your users, you can increase and decrease your service. It provides the backend operations team with a way to monitor and track your service users. It also tracks your users and provide accurate billing information, like based on the users. As you know, when we are talking about public cloud, that means pay as you go concept. So you can track it, how much money you have to pay based on your users. So these are all main benefits that you get with GCP API Gateway. Now let's try to understand what is the difference, the base difference between Cloud Endpoints and your GCP API Gateway. So Cloud Endpoints is user managed service. That means user has to manage the service, whereas API Gateway is a fully managed service. That means it is a PaaS capabilities where it has been taken care by your GCP Google Cloud provider. Both supports the same Open API definition. That means the definition of the API been supported by Open API, but the main difference between API Gateway and your Cloud Endpoints is the API Gateway can route a request to multiple backends. That means one API can be routed to multiple backends, whereas Cloud Endpoints can route traffic only to a single backend. When we talk about Cloud Endpoint, this is also another service which has been offered by Google Cloud provider. So this is the base difference. With API Gateway, you can route it to multiple backend. With Cloud Endpoint, you can only route to one backend. API Gateway is a managed service, whereas Cloud Endpoint is a user managed service. That is the base difference between Cloud Endpoint and API Gateway. Now the limitations that API Gateway holds is one API Gateway can have maximum of 50 APIs right now. Maybe Google will scale down the line. API configs are 100 per API, so you can define only 100 configs per API. Then gateways is nothing but your 5 gateways per region. So if you have one region that East Europe or West Europe we are deploying, then in that case you can deploy maximum of 5 gateways in a region in a particular product. Then the rate limit is up to 10, it is 10,000 quotes units per 100 seconds per service product projection. So this is the basic limitations of GCP API Gateway. Now let's try to understand some key concept. What is an API? So API is nothing but, according to the GCP API Gateway, it is nothing but a REST interface that makes it easy for one application to consume capabilities or data from other applications. This is the basic fundamental of API. Now what is API config? API config is generally created when you upload a API definition. That means a definition of API that you want to create in your API gateway. When you are deploying it to your API gateway, that time API config is getting created. API definition is nothing but an Open API 2.0 where it follows a gRPC configuration used to create API config. So it creates the definition. When you write the definition, you can follow the Open API 2.0 format, and you can define your API structure. API key, it's nothing but a code passed in by a client application when it calls an API. So API keys identify the application or the Google Cloud project making the call to the API. So this is what the basic definition of API key. One more concept also I will try to cover, auth 0, basically auth 0, so which is nothing but a service that lets you define how user authentication and authorization happens to your application. This is the basic fundamental components of GCP API Gateway. If you want to learn more about GCP API Gateway, you can go through it. I have seen actually with Azure as well as AWS, GCP is on the way, and there are a lot of improvements and implementation has to be done. But yeah, if you want to learn more about the current configuration, then don't hesitate to follow these links and get your knowledge about GCP API Gateway. The fundamental is same across the cloud. That's what I have learned between when I have tried to compare GCP, AWS as well as Azure with API Gateway. The core fundamental is always the same. So it is just the implementation and terminologies that these cloud providers are using. And good luck with your learning, and yeah, keep sharing the videos and share your comments. How do you feel about it? Thank you.